Este episodio de Breaking Libre is brought to you by Fairground. Bienvenidos a Breaking Libre, yo soy Diana Martínez, tu host en este podcast, producido orgullosamente desde Austin, Texas. Estamos en 111 Congress Avenue, transmitiendo para ti. Before we dive into today's episode, I want to give a huge shout out to Fairground, the perfect spot for great food, creative energy, and conversations like the one we are about to have today. Vamos a hablar acerca de los viajes. Rewriting the map, how travel changes your perspective. Travel isn't just about visiting places, it's about stepping into new perspectives. Today, we are rewriting the map on how we see the world and how exploring new places, physically and mentally, can create opportunities. Y me encanta mi lineup de hoy porque vamos a tener en el segmento de Austin Vibes, vamos a tener a Sophie Allard y Eric Nathal de Austin Rotisserie, y porque ellos trajeron un pedacito de Francia a la ciudad de Austin, Texas. También, por supuesto, voy a hablar con Marcos Roel, director of Petrabax Travel, y vamos a hablar acerca de cómo viajar te transforma y, por supuesto, todo lo que necesitas saber acerca de las tendencias de viaje de este 2025. Así que estoy súper feliz. Y tendremos también, por supuesto, el This or That Travel Edition y, en general, un evento súper, súper padre, inspirador. Gracias por unirte y seguimos con este episodio de Breaking Libre. Estoy súper feliz de tener esta sección de Game Changer con alguien que me encanta. O sea, me encanta lo que hace, me encanta su actitud, me encanta todo lo que está revolucionando en la industria de los viajes. Y él es Marcos Roel, director de Petrabax. ¿Cómo estás, Marcos?
Bien, ¿cómo estás, Diana?
Muy bien, muy contenta. Y bueno, en esta sección de Game Changer te invité porque creo que estás cambiando la manera en que las personas y sobre todo las nuevas generaciones están viendo los viajes. Tienes unos destinos que son como súper tradicionales o que han sido como el staple para los viajes de muchas personas por generaciones, pero lo estás tomando de una manera como bien innovadora y quiero que me cuentes un poco sobre eso. ¿Cómo empieza Petrabax? ¿Cómo empieza con sus primeros viajes o primeros destinos y cómo va evolucionando?
Bueno, Petrabax empezó hace 4 décadas. Justo el mes pasado cumplimos 39 años en el mercado. Empezó con la idea de traer viajes o llevar viajes de Estados Unidos a España, Portugal y Marruecos para clientes de habla inglesa. Pero a la misma vez, para el mercado de habla hispana en Estados Unidos, era la idea de traerlos a Europa con viajes puro en español. Durante los años hemos evolucionado, hemos expandido los destinos. Ahora ofrecemos en español Europa, Medio Oriente, Lejano Oriente, Asia, Australia, África, de todo. Entonces, en esos destinos operamos todos los servicios en español. Y en el mercado de habla inglesa seguimos siendo especialistas en España, Portugal y Marruecos. Pero cada vez más estamos expandiendo aún más de diferentes países como es Italia, Grecia, Francia igual.
Me encanta lo que dices. Tu familia por generaciones, tú ahora están revolucionando la industria de los viajes. ¿Cuál es el misconception más grande que tiene la gente respecto a viajar, por ejemplo, a destinos como en Europa y de los que tú manejas?
3 cosas, yo diría. Dinero, que no todo el mundo cree que tiene el dinero suficiente para viajar. Hay formas de viajar económicamente. 2, tener ese miedo de conocer algo fuera de tus normas o tu cultura, para aprender diferentes culturas. La gente se pone atrás que este país es un poco muy diferente a Estados Unidos o Texas, lo que sea. Y 3 es no tener el tiempo para que el viaje merece la pena. A veces la gente cree, yo necesito mucho tiempo para hacer el viaje. Y a veces un viaje de un fin de semana a un destino diferente o solo una semana vale. No tiene que ser un mes viajando para conocer.
Claro, me encanta eso que dices y este episodio se trata de cómo pequeñas cosas o cambios que te transforman en específico los viajes y lo que dices tiene todo el sentido. No tienes que estar un mes en una ciudad para poder tener como esa riqueza de su gente, de su gastronomía y de que ese viaje en sí, aunque sea un fin de semana, te cambie. Sí. De alguna manera.
El New York Times antes tenía, o no sé si aún siguen, con 72 hours in y ponía una ciudad. y te explicaban lo que puedes ver y hacer en 72 horas en una ciudad. Y era perfecto. Por la mañana vas aquí en este museo y tú puedes ver todo lo posible en esas 72 horas.
Eso está increíble. ¿Cuál ha sido como el destino más popular a lo largo de la historia de Petrabax?
Oh, España.
100%. Que yo voy a ir, por cierto, les voy a contar todo. Me voy con Petrabax a España y estoy súper emocionada. Entonces, España, ¿por qué les llama tanto la atención a la gente?
España por la historia, la cultura, para el mercado de habla hispana es la madre patria, ¿no? De donde venían sus antepasados, la facilidad del idioma también. Además de España, yo diría, como no, Italia, porque para Italia es para todo el mundo, todos los turistas, el destino número uno. Pero mira, últimamente si ves las estadísticas, estamos hablando de destinos importantes como Turquía también, ha crecido un montón en los últimos 10 años y ahora lo que ves es Japón.
Japón. ¿Cuáles crees que son las tendencias de este año? Ya mencionaste algunas, pero ¿cuáles son los top? ¿Cómo has visto que cambió el mercado y por qué crees que la gente está tan interesada en estos destinos?
Últimamente yo diría, por ejemplo, Japón. Es un destino que ha crecido mucho en los últimos 5 años, están a tope. Siempre lo hablamos en la oficina, a veces es el efecto Netflix o el efecto serie. Cuando te sale una serie que te engancha, la gente dice, oh, yo quiero meterme en ese mundo, yo quiero ver ese destino. Yo diría destinos, las tendencias para este año son tipo Japón, y después destinos, lo que llaman en inglés detour tourism, que es esos destinos en medio de destinos muy famosos.
Ok, ¿como cuál sería un ejemplo de ese detour destination?
Por ejemplo, tú puedes ir a, vamos a ver, entre Ámsterdam y Bruselas hay brujas. Y la gente van o Antwerp, que no me acuerdo cómo se dice en español ahora mismo, pero en inglés es Antwerp. Pero es un destino medieval, preciosa la ciudad. Normalmente es una parada durante el día, pero lo que hemos visto es una pasada de ciudad que hemos metido en nuestros circuitos una noche. Entonces estás durante el día con la mayoría de los turistas, pero por la noche la ciudad es tuya porque está vacía. Y es un destino que está, como dicen, off the beaten path, pero está en camino de 2 ciudades principales. Otro destino es un poco más diferente, como el Medio Oriente, Omán. La gente está preguntando sobre estos destinos porque ya Dubái los Emiratos fue un boom tremendo, claro, que la gente está buscando algo fuera, en esa misma zona, pero algo diferente. Y otra que estamos viendo que está trending últimamente y justo vamos a llevar un grupo de agentes de viaje este año es Túnez, que es un país exacto, no muy conocido aquí en Estados
Claro.
Unidos, muy conocido en Europa. Es un destino en el norte de África, un país pequeño con playas preciosas, una mezcla de historia árabe. Pero si ves fotos, también tienen pueblos de la playa que puede ser Mykonos o Santorini.
Wow.
Compartan el mismo el Mediterráneo, ese mismo agua, muy económico. Ha sido muy conocido por los turistas europeos, pero no los americanos. Entonces este año, justo en el otoño, vamos a llevar a un grupo de agentes de viaje para que conozcan este destino.
Qué increíble. Entonces, ustedes están también trabajando como en la educación de los agentes de viajes, sí, para llevar estos destinos que están poco conocidos al cliente final, ¿no?
Sí.
Cuéntame eso, porque yo no sabía que eso hacían en Petrabax. ¿Cómo es la relación que tienen ustedes con las agencias de viajes? Por ejemplo, si alguien está viendo ahorita y tiene una agencia, ¿cómo Petrabax puede entrar ahí en expandir su mercado?
Nosotros trabajamos directamente con los agentes de viaje. No trabajamos directamente con el público. Si nos contactan clientes directos, siempre vamos a enviar a algunos agentes de viaje de su zona que trabajan con nosotros. Hacemos las presentaciones a las agencias de viaje. Las agentes de viaje nos llaman para averiguar y hacer preguntas. Muchas veces hacemos webinars sobre diferentes productos y destinos. Estoy aquí en Houston porque esta noche tengo una presentación para agentes de viaje, que es uno de 6 que estoy haciendo en 5 semanas por todo el país, donde juntamos todas las agencias de esa zona y explicamos todo lo que es nuestro producto, las tendencias de este año, novedades, y siempre termino invitando a algunos de los agentes a un viaje de familiarización para que conocen el destino, el producto, cómo funcionan los circuitos, por ejemplo, que vendemos, pero sobre todo que aprenden mucho para que ellos puedan volver y explicar eso a sus clientes. Mira, así es como funcionan los circuitos. Te levantas por la mañana, bajas tus maletas, subes al autobús y vas al próximo destino. Y también los destinos. Y yo siempre trato de elegir que sea un viaje un poco fuera del común. Hace 3 años hicimos el Triángulo Mágico, que es Viena, Praga, Budapest. Wow. Que aunque los agentes sí que venden ropa, quizás no una zona menos conocida. El año pasado hicimos una zona más o menos por ahí, Ámsterdam, la Selva Negra, Luxemburgo, terminando en Frankfurt. Este año he decidido hacer Túnez porque es un destino que ya llevamos 2 o 3 años diciendo, este año va a ser Túnez. Y decidí hacerlo este año porque Grecia cada vez más está siendo muy complicado por precio, temporada alta, pero este es un destino que muchos europeos van para tomar sus vacaciones y es muy no conocido por aquí en Estados Unidos.
Me encanta todo lo que dices, me encanta que estás trabajando en llevar a la gente a través de las agencias opciones que a lo mejor no le pasaban ni por la mente. Y opciones, como dices tú, que puede ser accesible, que no tienes que gastarte todas tus vacaciones en ese viaje, ni todos tus ahorros. Me encanta eso. Hoy te quiero hacer una pregunta. If someone is feeling stuck in life right now, what's one trip, big or small, that you think they should take?
Buena pregunta. Yo diría el Camino de Santiago.
Ay, me encanta, me encanta. Estaba yo a punto de tomar el Camino de Santiago con Petrabax y lo voy a hacer pronto, pero ahora voy a ir a España y estoy emocionada de eso.
El Camino de Santiago es un peregrinaje de hace miles de años por Europa. Tiene 13 caminos diferentes, portugués, francés, primitivo, lo que sea. La gente lo toman por varias razones, religiosos, espirituales, que quieren apartarse de su vida por un tiempo y van caminando y conociendo ellos mismos y además otros peregrinos. Yo soy católico, pero no voy a decir que soy súper religioso, ¿no? Pero yo lo hice no por esas razones. Yo, honestamente, y siempre lo digo en las presentaciones, me rompí con una exnovia y dije, ¿sabes qué? Me largo de aquí, me voy y voy caminando yo solo por el norte de España y quiero desenchufarme de lo que hay aquí y quiero pensar en mí mismo, ¿no? Y la gente van por miles de razones y todos van para el mismo destino. El camino no es algo físico, es algo espiritual. Entonces, lo que es el verdadero feeling, digamos, del camino, no es caminando, es ese viaje de tú mismo, aprendiendo lo que tú puedes hacer físicamente, mentalmente, espiritualmente. Hemos organizado miles de caminos para clientes, algunos recién divorciados, recién survivors de cáncer, cosas así. Entonces, cada persona tiene su razón por hacerlo y creo que es una forma de conocer un país, conocer otra gente, conocer culturas, comidas y conocer a tú mismo.
Me encanta, me encanta. Y si no han escuchado acerca del Camino de Santiago, métanse a Petrabax, que tienes aparte como muchos paquetes diferentes de tiempos, una semana, el mes, etcétera, ¿verdad? Entonces es un must. Bueno, ahora vamos a una sección bastante que me gusta mucho que se llama This or That, y esta va a ser obviamente Travel Edition. Would you rather backpack for a month or stay in a luxury resort for a week?
Nunca fui de resorts. personalmente. Y tampoco muy de backpack, pero yo prefiero viajar a diferentes destinos. I'm not throwing myself on a towel on the beach in the pool. That's not me. The last time I went to Jamaica y era por la mañana, ya vamos por la playa, pero por el día yo quiero hacer algo fuera del resort. Yo soy más de get to know a little bit more cultures and countries, so I would rather visit different cities and different destinations than stay 1 week in a resort.
Me encanta. Y esa era la siguiente pregunta, así que ya la contestaste. Diferentes destinations, diferentes vuelos, eso es lo tuyo.
I would rather visit 8 cities in a week or 2 countries in a week que estar una semana tirado en la playa.
I'm the same. Okay. Lo mismo. Would you rather travel solo or with the group?
Antes solo. Now married with 2 twin boys.
Wow.
Group. There's no solo anymore en grupo. Haces más amigos, haces más amistades, más memorias que tú solo.
Totalmente. Y esta pregunta no te la puse, pero te la quiero preguntar. ¿Cuál es un buen destino para parejas, para ir en viaje de parejas?
El de toda la vida, París, es la ciudad más romántica del mundo. Yo diría que sea una mezcla de actividades y downtime igual. Por ejemplo, tú puedes ir a una ciudad en España como San Sebastián, donde el downtime puede ser gastronomía, la historia, ir a Bilbao, ver el Guggenheim, cruzar la frontera con Francia, ver el French Riviera, pero a la misma vez tienes las playas ahí. Hay otros destinos un poco más difíciles, pero yo diría románticos. También un Dubái puede ser cool. Turquía es un destino muy bonito, romántico también, porque puedes tomar, por ejemplo, en el desierto el paisaje por el globo y es con tu copa de champán subiendo por las nubes, está bastante chulo.
Ay, me encanta, me encanta. Yo creo que me voy por San Sebastián. Would you rather always have the perfect travel experience or always get free flights but face unpredictable adventures?
I love free flights.
Me too.
But a vacation is supposed to be a relaxing event. Entonces, yo prefiero no tener ningún hiccup cuando estoy de viaje. So if everything works out perfectly, menos stress en mi vida.
Sí, estoy de acuerdo contigo. Oye, para terminar, algo que le quieras decir a la gente que a lo mejor, como decíamos, tiene objeciones acerca del tiempo, del dinero, de experimentar cosas nuevas. Uh-huh. ¿Qué le dirías a esas personas que quieren viajar pero no se han atrevido?
Primero, buscar y encontrar un buen agente de viaje. Si no conocéis uno, fácilmente te podemos recomendar muchos agentes de viaje. Son ellos que te pueden ayudar en términos de buscar tus vuelos, vuelos económicos, el destino. Nosotros trabajamos con los agentes porque en términos de les damos miles de preguntas porque nosotros tenemos que conocer cómo son los clientes para crear o dar opciones de sus viajes para que sean perfectos para ellos. Entonces, con la ayuda de la gente de viaje, ellos sí que te pueden ayudar con el precio, con destinos, con los vuelos, con todo.
Muchísimas gracias, Marcos Roel, director de Petrabax.
Gracias.
Les recomiendo que chequen la página, aunque ellos no trabajan directamente con el cliente final, les pueden recomendar a los agentes para que les organicen un maravilloso viaje a esos destinos que no se han atrevido. Y recuerda que los viajes transforman. Gracias a Petrabax, gracias Marcos por estar aquí y seguimos aquí en Breaking Libre. Ya estamos en nuestra sección, nuestro segmento Austin Vibes, que lo amo. Esta es de mis secciones favoritas y tengo a 2 amigos que los amo, que me encantan. Ya supe más de su historia y estoy enamorada de su historia. Ellos son Sophie Allard Eric Nathal de Austin Rotisserie. Food and travel are deeply connected. The best trips aren't just about the places you see, but the flavors you discover. Today we're talking with Sophie and Eric, the co-founders of Austin Rotisserie, about how food shapes our experience and our different cultures and why they brought a taste of friends to Austin. Bienvenidos, Sophie and
Gracias,
Eric.
Diana. Hola. Gracias por tenernos.
How are you doing, guys? Tell me, you both have could have taken this concept anywhere. Why do you decide to bring a piece of friends to Austin?
That's on you.
Well, I was living in Miami and I was working in the tech sector, and I would do a lot of traveling to meet with different clients. And I convinced the company I was with to move to Austin. There was more technology, but I just wanted to get out of Florida. And I convinced him to move here. I met her probably 3 months before, and we got married. I mean, I proposed probably like 2 months after knowing her. And I moved here, and I was kind of tired of my job. I was tired of working for somebody else. And I was either going to open up a PR agency, which is what I was doing, and marketing, or, I've always been interested in food. And I saw there was a need there was no rotisserie here in Austin, no French rotisserie here in Austin. And I turned 40, and I was like, well, I can go this way or that way. And that we just took a chance. I quit my job and started selling chickens.
But you were really well aware of what the the market was growing so much in Austin, and Eric just has a great flair for these things because his background is business.
Exactly.
So he was like, Austin is growing so much, and like he said, he could have done PR, but one thing that a lot of people don't know about Eric is that he is like beyond the secret weapon, because he knows the part of the business so well. Like he's mastered that his whole life. Pero he's an incredible chef, but he just never had anyone to push him to go for it before. So I was like, quit what you're doing.
Exactly.
You're a chef, and just take it for what it is. And then we were both passionate about rotisserie. And rotisserie chicken in France is a staple, and so it is in Mexico, where you have that experience of going to get your chicken. Like, do you want it quartered? What color do you prefer? Extra crispy or not? So like, there's a whole experience behind it. And then we started looking at the market, and Eric said, there's nothing like that. Like, there's nothing like a traditional French rotisserie, and the smell, the visual, you need to get one of those machines that are like really exposed, and the potatoes cooking with the drippings at the bottom, the fresh baguette. So we kind of just started like thinking about it, and Eric was like, there's a hole in the market. We have to do it. There was one person that did it before and did so well that he moved to LA and opened Petit Poulet or something like that.
It was a German guy in the farmer's market that we never met. It's before our time.
Yeah.
And apparently he did really, really well. But it wasn't French, but it was rotisserie.
It was in French, but the concept was there. And so Eric was the one that said, there's a hole in the market. We have to try. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
And I love how you talk about this so passionately. What's your background, Sophie?
So I was a hairstylist, and I did it for, I think, 18 years. But so I was in Paris, and the company I was working for called Jean-Claude Biguin, they have hair salons around the world, and they offered me this great opportunity in Miami, and it went really great. I loved it. I even got a chance to work in New York as well. But then I met Eric. Before we started this, we met on Bumble.
Oh, that's awesome. Tell me about it.
So, well, I saw his picture. I'm the one that reached out. I'm the one that said that I loved him.
Well, that's the way the app works. So it's not you. It's just the way the design.
I love how passionate you guys are in general in life. Since the instant I met you guys, you are so passionate about your story, your business. Because you mentioned that you were traveling before, both of you. How traveling influenced your decisions?
Okay, well, I think for me, food has always been a part of my life, whether it's cooking or eating, going out, trying new places. And, I wouldn't say as much travel. I mean, traveling right now, we get ideas all the time. We try to go to France at least once a year. But for me, it was more, growing up in Miami, there's so many different cultures, so many different cuisines, and you have French rotisserie, then you have like places like Pollo Rico, it's like grilled or Mexican style. But I lived in downtown. There's this little Peruvian hole-in-the-wall restaurant, La Licuadora, it was called. It was like juices and ceviche and rotisserie. And I was like, wow, this is such a different way to make the rotisserie, So I got one of my inspirations for the salsa verde. It's actually a Peruvian sauce. It's not it's a salsa cruda. It's what it is. But for me, it was just exposure to different cuisines. We, for the first, I guess, 4 years that we started this, we couldn't even travel. We had the food truck. We had like a tent to start with. So we would just work. She had a few jobs. I had a bunch of jobs. So we didn't really get to travel that much.
Yeah, we had 7 jobs starting
at some point.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
It was crazy.
And at some point, that this is not related to exactly the business, but in general, when an entrepreneur make the decision to leave everything else and focus on one thing, how was for you guys?
Should I go ahead?
Well, she didn't want to push me, but go ahead.
So we were scared. No, he was scared. I was not scared because I'm like, at the worst case, we go back to what we were doing. And that's just my prerogative. That's just how I do things in life. I'm like, you're not going to know unless you do it. And it is scary because you've never done it. How can you be prepared for something you've never done? And we only knew each other for 6 months. And I just like, I looked at him cooking, and every time he was cooking, have you seen Ratatouille, the Disney movie?
Sure.
He goes like this. Like, he's just so like,
That spark.
yeah, he goes from black and white to colors. And I loved it. I was like, you're a chef. I'm sorry, you're a chef. He's like, no, I'm not a chef. And I said, yes, you are. Just get over yourself. You're a chef. We need you stop what you're doing now. You're too good for this. Like, just go and live your life. And he said, I'm 40. Why? It's a big risk. I'm like, yeah, 40 is a perfect age. It's like 30 for a woman. Like at 40, you get
Exactly.
your shit together. Sorry, you guys are about 10 years delayed, but no, I'm kidding. But yeah, I definitely saw that this is what he had to do. And he trusted me enough to get on board with it because he had a lot to put on the line, and I get that. He had made promises to me as well, and I respect that. But for me, there was no other way for him to be like, he's a chef. That's it.
That's
No,
amazing.
right.
Yeah.
And
tell
then,
me.
for me, it was a big deal. I was 40, coming into a city that was very new for me, and really kind of just being insecure about what you're putting out there. Rotisserie is not something that you cook at home. You need to have a machine, and kind of like it was a learning curve. But yeah, being 40, thinking, okay, I'm gonna try this out. If it doesn't work in 2-3 years, I'm gonna go back to the workforce, but I'm gonna be older, and then I can hire somebody younger than me, cheaper than me. So it was a risk. I was newlywed in a new city, so for me that was the biggest thing, But thank God for her pushing me and having her support. And also for me was, I don't want to wake up in 10 years and regret not doing this. Worst case, we can make money, we can work, So, but it was thanks to her that I pushed myself.
Oh, I love that story, guys. Well, at first glance, Austin and France seem like two different places. But is there something about the culture, lifestyle, or even the way people enjoy food that makes them more alike than we think?
100%. So I told people, like, I've been in the US for 12 years, but Austin was the first place that reminded me of France. I felt like it was the least judgmental. Everybody matters their business. If you want to smoke a cigarette, nobody's going to look at you with the third eye. Or, people are more adventurous. They like uniqueness. And I think in France, especially in Paris, we are known for uniqueness and, just things being made with love and authenticity and, respecting fresh ingredients and things like that. So I thought Austin was actually the perfect place because that is the city that reminded me the closest to Paris.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I've never thought about it.
Yeah,
And
people
I
are
love
very
it.
proud in Texas too, and like French are very proud, so I think it was actually the perfect place. And I didn't know anything about Austin. When my husband was like, hey, I'm moving to the capital of Texas, I was like, the capital of what? I'm like, I'm in fashion and I come from Paris, so I know LA, New York, and
Sure.
all these places because I was uneducated about what America had to offer beyond my dreams. And so coming to Texas definitely reminded me of France a whole bunch.
No, and some of her friends in Miami, like the fashion people, they're like, "What? You moving to Texas? To Austin? Where? And then like 5 years later, like, oh, can I come visit?
Yeah, I heard it's so cool. Like,
I want to move.
I'm like, no, it's actually exactly what you said. It's not good. It's, cowboys and barbecue.
Don't
You should just
worry.
stay
You
where you
can
are.
stay
But yeah, that was definitely funny. I mean, you definitely wish that people would support you, and I respect your vision because it's like, even if I fail, like, let me fail on my own. I don't need you to try and tell me my future because you don't know. And so I'm happy we made the move.
Yeah, for sure.
And what do you like, Eric, the most about Austin?
Let's see what I like the most about Austin. I think one of the things that really kind of got me at the beginning here was the community. We met, we started a winery called the Infinite Monkey Theorem. They're no longer here after COVID. Things kind of went upside down, but they're based out of Colorado, and they were so nice to us. They gave us a shot. We never had an experience with this. They let us kind of do whatever we wanted, and then we helped them out. Like, they gave us a voice in their little space, and just thankful for that. And then we moved over to the east side right before COVID, And people like Jason from the Buzz Mill, just people that we met from different food trucks. So that was like really nice. People are always willing to give you a hand and help out. Yeah, so
It's a community. The
that's what
community in Austin
really-
is amazing.
Yeah, people were saying hi to you, like people being nice. Like it's not like that in Florida. You know, at the beginning I was like, what's going on here? Like,
What do they want from us?
yeah.
What's a catch? Oh, and now, guys, you are in the heart of downtown Austin.
So crazy.
111 Congress Avenue. Tell me about this venture being here at Fairground in the heart of downtown. What is the experience like? The people. What do you guys think about this?
Wanna go ahead.
I was gonna say, the beautiful naked people in the morning walking in the streets of downtown is exquisite. No, people are great. We see all kinds of different people. What's great, I think, about this downtown location is that there's always a lot of conferences and special events. Like South by is coming up, so like the hotels are booked right around us. This whole block, like the Line, the Marriott, and so people will go automatically there. I don't know if it's because the hotel recommends us, but so we get to see all kinds of people from everywhere. And that's the truth. I think that's what's more exciting for me is that we get different crowds all the time, but we do have a lot of regulars, which warms my heart so much. But yeah, I think just meeting like a bunch of people from everywhere is what's cool about downtown.
That's amazing. I love downtown. What about you, Eric?
For downtown, I think, yes, you know, we get a lot of different special events and stuff, but for me, it was kind of really important and really cool to be in downtown. You know, that was kind of one of our dreams. And like to be in one of the most important streets, Congress, you know, in downtown, that was huge for me. And we've been here now for starting in the 4th year now. Starting the 4th year, and it's been crazy, you know, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Like, how can people find you guys? Where are you exactly for the people who doesn't know how to find you yet?
So we're in 111 Congress. It's the corner of Congress and Chavez.
Yes.
So it's a big building where the Wells Fargo is. So we're right there, open 7 days a week, 11 to 9.
I think a great point of reference too is like, so we have the Marriott right at the entrance of 2nd and Congress. And then we have the other side where you can access to, which is where the Bat Bridge is. We have also the Line Hotel. So you would just want to go across the street and just go down the stairs. That's like the easiest way to find us. So if you walk from watching the bats at sunset and then you walk towards Line Hotel, you just go across the street and it's right there. I just think the sign is too dark for people to read it. It doesn't pop off enough, but we're working on it and try to find a better solution.
And another thing is that the parking. Tell me about the parking, because that's a huge thing, especially downtown.
One of the biggest things, I think, I mean, even for me, let's say I didn't have my business here as a consumer, there was a place that I really liked and the parking was kind of, you know, pain in the butt, like I'm probably not going to, you know, maybe think about something else. But yeah, we actually have free parking in downtown. So I think that's something that a lot of people don't know. We always try to communicate that. So that's one of the biggest challenges is kind of for us is, you know, really putting that idea out there that it's not as difficult as people think. We have a pickup spot. You can literally park, wait, you have a 20-minute limit. You go downstairs and we have the free parking garage.
Yeah, so the parking garage is 111 Congress, which is 2nd and Brazos. And then you can park anywhere that's not a reserved parking. There's like 9 levels available. So you park, you bring your ticket with you after 6 p.m. during weekdays, and then anytime during the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So you keep your ticket, you go in the elevator, press P, and that brings you inside the plaza right away. You don't even need to walk if it's cold or hot. We got you covered. We got AC or heat. So you just go press P and you're inside the food court. So that's pretty great.
Oh, that's awesome. So how can get the free parking going to?
So you will go in the garage, grab your ticket. You keep that. Make sure during the weekdays that you come after 6 p.m. because if you come before, the validation won't work, unfortunately. But then during the weekend, anytime whenever you purchase something at Fairground, just ask for your receipt. There will be a QR code with it. So all you have to do is scan it at your exit after you put your ticket, and then you scan and you have 90 minutes free.
Oh, that's amazing. That's a major thing. And so people can come here to Fairground, eating at Austin Rotisserie, and then go out. Yeah. And they have like 90 minutes free, right?
Yeah. And also the Fairground has like this great happy hour. The drinks are actually cheaper than any other places in downtown. So it's a great place to pregame as well.
Exactly.
They have great cocktails and stuff. They have 2 bars. Like, it's just such a cool spot, and I wish just people would take full advantage of it. So, yeah.
I love it. I have another question. Any surprising reaction from locals when they first tried your food, guys?
Well, not surprised. I think one of the biggest compliments for me, you know, my cooking, I don't do like fancy, like little minimal dishes. You know, I do like just comfort food, like very homey. And one of the biggest compliments for me is when somebody says that it reminds them of home or reminds them of a memory of like their grandma's cooking or something like that. That's like for me the biggest compliment you can give me.
And that's what we wanted to do at the beginning. We really wanted to bring in an experience over just a dish. It's like, I want you to feel like you're really in France and we're there for you, and, you know, just creating this whole experience. And yeah, people always compliment Eric, especially at the beginning when we started as a pop-up. So we would have the interaction with people 24/7. I mean, all the time we were open, and people would be like, I feel like I just got a meal from my mom or my grandma. And like, that really warmed our hearts, because that's how I feel with his food too. Like, he's so good at how do you say, ¿cómo lo dices? To recreate the dishes from home. I'm just like, hey, you know what? I'm craving this. And he knows it because he met my family in France, and he knows all the things that I eat, from bakery to rotisserie to, you name it, boulangerie. And he makes everything from scratch, and it's so good and it's perfect. But also, like, if it's not, then I just tell him, like, no, it's not like that. It's like that. So I don't know how to do it, but I know how to eat it.
Yeah, for sure.
So
That's amazing. The chef and the food critic and the marketing girl. She's amazing. I mean, you guys need to visit Austin Rotisserie. They're the best. And I have a last question. What's next for Austin Rotisserie? Do you see this concept expanding to other places, or do you feel Austin is the perfect home for it?
Well, we just opened our food truck in Bastrop as of 2 weeks ago. So that's really exciting for us. We really wanted to. We love going to Bastrop. We've been going there for years now since we moved here, and really we have a lot of friends that moved to Bastrop. And again, I think it's another opportunity for a city that's kind of growing. And yeah, we've been there for 2 weeks. It's been pretty amazing. We're at the Hyperloop Plaza. So yeah, we're open there every day. No, we're closed Monday and Tuesday, but we're open every single day.
And that just happened.
That just happened 2 weeks ago. And for right now, we're staying put in Austin. We are, you know, we can't really talk too many details about it, but we are having this opportunity to open a third location. But, you know, that's a kind of a
Unfortunately, we signed an NDA, so we can't say too much, but it will be sometime in 2026.
You have to come here again and tell us everything. Guys, Sophie, Eric, you have an amazing story. You are amazing, amazing entrepreneurs. And this segment, Austin Vibes, it's perfect. I mean, you guys fit perfect for this. And something that you want to say to the audience that they might not know you yet.
I think for the people who don't know us yet, come check us out. Would love to, you know, just get to meet more people, and also, you know, give us advice, like show up on social media. I'm the one behind the social media, so I always check the DMs and everything. Just let us know the things that you would like to see, because I think when you get so focused on what you're doing, maybe that happens to you too, but like sometimes we lose perspective a little bit, and that can happen. And I have to make sure that we deliver what people expect from us as a French comfort food business. I think from me would be that, like, just more, don't be scared to engage with us and ask us for stuff that we're not thinking about.
Yeah, and I think for me, it would be more on the topic is talking right now, reminding me of everything, you know, how we started. And now it seems like, oh yeah, of course I should have gone for it. But yeah, it's kind of not being scared, you know, not being scared and going for it. The worst that can happen is you got to hustle a little more, you know. But, you know, I remember when we sold our first like 4 chickens, we made like, you know, maybe like $200. When we broke that, it was like, oh my God.
We're like, come on.
But I was like, you know, we had a bunch of jobs and we took a risk and a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. So my message would be take a chance, you know, make sure you have a good support group around you. But even if you've never done it before, act as if.
But what do you want to tell to the people who might want to come see us?
Come see us.
To give us a chance.
Give us a chance.
Give us a chance,
Give us a
goddammit.
chance. Yeah,
I love the message. You guys are so inspiring. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
me
you so
here at
much,
Breaking
Diana.
Libre. And come visit Austin Rotisserie here at Fairground 111 Congress Avenue, exactly in the corner on Cesar Chavez and Congress. And thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, Diana. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much.